For qualities that made Sima Yi famous in the Three Kingdoms, the third quality that even Zhuge Liang admired. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Talk of the Three Kingdoms segment. In today's broadcast, let's explore a special character, someone once considered inferior to Kongming, yet who became the last survivor, outliving all the heroes of the tumultuous era, and laying the foundation for the unification of the land. That person is Sima Yi, a name associated with patience to the point of coldness, strategy so profound it's feared. Throughout the Three Kingdoms period, when figures like Liu Bei, Cao Cao, Zhuge Liang, and Lu Bu were giants in history, Sima Yi chose the path of hiding and waiting for the right time. But it was this very quietness that allowed him to repel the 6 northern expeditions of Shu, secure the Wei state, and eventually pave the way for the establishment of the Western Jin dynasty, which unified China. So what made Sima Yi so legendary? What 4 deep qualities helped him survive in the treacherous court, overcome formidable rivals, and claim the final victory? Let's watch today's video to understand these qualities. And perhaps you might even find valuable lessons for your own journey in this ever-changing world. If you enjoy deep historical stories and the profound thinking of the Three Kingdoms era, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next videos. Now let's begin. Sima Yi is one of the most prominent figures of the Three Kingdoms period, a person renowned for his deep intellect and intricate strategies. He is considered one of the few rivals who could understand the inner workings of Zhuge Liang, the brilliant strategist of Shu. Though often judged as not matching Zhuge Liang in talent, what's remarkable is that Sima Yi was the one who successfully repelled all 6 of the northern expeditions by the Shu army, maintaining Wei's borders. But that's not all. Later, he gained vast power, orchestrated a groundbreaking coup, and laid the foundation for the Western Jin dynasty, a dynasty that fulfilled the dream of unifying China after the Three Kingdoms. It was because of his patience, ability to remain hidden, endure hardship, and wait for the right opportunity that Sima Yi quietly rose to glory. From his life filled with restraint and strategy, we can draw 4 core qualities that made him legendary throughout history. The first quality that made Sima Yi famous in the Three Kingdoms: great patience, leading to great achievements. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Talk of the Three Kingdoms segment. In today's broadcast, we invite you to explore a unique character, someone once considered inferior to Kongming, yet ultimately the one who survived, outliving all the heroes of the chaotic era and laying the foundation for the unification of the land. That person is Sima Yi, a name synonymous with patience to the point of coldness and strategy so deep it's feared. Throughout the Three Kingdoms period, when figures like Liu Bei, Cao Cao, Zhuge Liang, and Lu Bu were titans of history, Sima Yi chose to hide and wait for the right time. But it was this very quietness that enabled him to repel the 6 northern expeditions of Shu, secure the Wei state, and eventually pave the way for the founding of the Western Jin dynasty, which unified China. So what made Sima Yi so legendary? What 4 deep qualities helped him survive the treacherous court, overcome formidable rivals, and claim the final victory? Let's watch today's video to understand these qualities. And perhaps you'll find valuable lessons for your own journey through life's challenges. If you enjoy deep historical stories and the profound thinking of the Three Kingdoms era, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next videos. Now let's begin. Sima Yi is one of the most prominent figures of the Three Kingdoms period, a person renowned for his profound intellect and intricate strategies. He is considered one of the few rivals who could understand the inner workings of Zhuge Liang, the brilliant strategist of Shu. Though often judged as not matching Zhuge Liang in talent, what's remarkable is that Sima Yi was the one who successfully repelled all 6 of the northern expeditions by the Shu army, maintaining Wei's borders. But that's not all. Later, he gained vast power, orchestrated a groundbreaking coup, and laid the foundation for the Western Jin dynasty, a dynasty that fulfilled the dream of unifying China after the Three Kingdoms. It was because of his patience, ability to remain hidden, endure hardship, and wait for the right opportunity that Sima Yi quietly rose to glory. From his life filled with restraint and strategy, we can draw 4 core qualities that made him legendary throughout history. The first quality: great patience leading to great achievements. Among the 4 qualities that made Sima Yi famous in the Three Kingdoms, the first and most prominent is great patience. the ability to endure, hide one's talents, and wait for the right moment to achieve outstanding success. With his persistence and deep strategy, Sima Yi proved that those with great patience can not only survive adversity, but also shape the course of history, building a grand legacy. This quality is most evident in his service to 4 generations of the Wei dynasty, from Cao Cao to Cao Fang, culminating in the 249 coup at the Ling Xiaoping, when he overthrew Cao Shuang to seize ultimate power. Born in 179 in Wen County, Hainan, to a prestigious family, Sima Yi was known early on for his exceptional intellect. However, during his early service under Cao Cao, he chose a discreet life, avoiding unnecessary attention. Cao Cao, a leader known for his suspicion, always watched out for talented individuals who could threaten his power. Aware of this, Sima Yi presented himself as a wise man pretending to be a fool. He was careful with his words, actions, and maintained a humble demeanor, avoiding revealing his ambitions. Though Cao Cao recognized his talents, Sima Yi still endured suspicion and occasional insults from the court. He accepted his position in the shadows, never competing for the spotlight with other strategists like Xun Yu or Guo Jia. This patience lasted through the reigns of Cao Pi and Cao Rui. Under Cao Pi, Sima Yi continued his advisory role but never overstepped, remaining inconspicuous. When Cao Rui ascended the throne, Sima Yi was entrusted with more responsibilities, especially in dealing with Zhuge Liang's northern expeditions. Yet, Sima Yi remained calm, never revealing personal intentions. He understood that the time had not yet come, and any premature action could lead to failure. This patience not only ensured his survival in a court full of intrigue, but also helped build his lasting reputation, making him an indispensable pillar of Wei. The most significant highlight of Sima Yi's great patience came in 249, when he orchestrated the Ling Xiaoping coup, overthrew Cao Shuang, and seized the highest authority. Cao Shuang, a powerful general, was regarded as second to none above all others after Cao Rui's death. However, Cao Shuang's inexperience and susceptibility to manipulation by personal ambition provided Sima Yi with an opportunity. To deceive Cao Shuang, Sima Yi pretended to be seriously ill, lying in bed to make his adversary believe he was no longer a threat. He even went so far as to invite Cao Shuang's trusted confidants to visit, deliberately showing himself frail and near death. In reality, this was a meticulously calculated move. In 249, when Emperor Cao Fang and Cao Shuang left Luoyang for a religious ceremony, Sima Yi seized the opportunity. With the support of officials opposed to Cao Shuang, he launched a coup, took control of the capital, and forced Empress Dowager, Cao Rui's wife, to issue a decree accusing Cao Shuang of treason. Caught off guard and unable to resist, Cao Shuang was swiftly arrested and executed, along with his faction. This event, known as the Ling Xiaoping coup, marked a turning point in Sima Yi's career. From a strategist, he became the most powerful figure in Wei, laying the foundation for the Jin dynasty, which his descendants later founded. The saying, "A gentleman avenges after 10 years, it's never too late," could easily be attributed to Sima Yi's story. He endured for decades, suffering suspicion and insults, and then, with a single strike, determined the fate of the empire. His great patience wasn't just about controlling emotions, but also about long-term planning and waiting for the right moment. The lesson of patience from Sima Yi. Sima Yi's great patience provides a profound lesson about persistence and strategy in dealing with others. In a turbulent era like the Three Kingdoms, where heroes and strategists constantly vied for power, knowing when to conceal intentions and wait for the right opportunity was vital. Sima Yi didn't just endure to protect himself, he turned patience into a weapon, helping him overcome powerful rivals and achieve grand goals. His success shows that great patience isn't weakness or passivity. It's a form of mental cultivation, self-control, and strategic foresight. In the modern world, the lesson from Sima Yi remains valuable. In work, life, and relationships, remaining calm, avoiding hasty actions under pressure, and waiting for the right opportunity can lead to unexpected success. Sima Yi's great patience is proof that with perseverance and strategy, one can overcome adversity, turn challenges into opportunities, and achieve remarkable success. Sima Yi's great patience is the foundation for all his successes during the Three Kingdoms period. From enduring suspicion under Cao Cao to the bold move that overthrew Cao Shuang, Sima Yi proved that those with great patience don't just survive. They build empires and hold dominion over the land. This quality offers a lesson not only for the past, but also as a guiding principle for anyone who wishes to achieve great goals in life. The second quality, a person with great patience, maintains calmness in the face of major challenges. Among the four qualities that made Sima Yi famous in the Three Kingdoms, the second and most prominent quality is maintaining calmness in the face of major challenges, a clear manifestation of composure and strategy in critical situations. With his sharp intellect and emotional control, Sima Yi proved that a person with great patience not only knows how to wait for the right opportunity, but also maintains calmness, carefully considering when faced with significant trials. This quality is most evident in the story where Sima Yi advises Cao Pi during a contest organized by Cao Cao, which not only helped Cao Pi gain favor but also left behind a profound lesson in crisis management. During Cao Cao's reign, he often sought to challenge his sons to determine the most suitable heir. One prominent challenge was a competition between Cao Pi and Cao Shu to determine who was more qualified for the position of crown prince. The contest rules set by Cao Cao were simple. The person who delivered the official order, secret command, to a general stationed outside the city gates would win. However, Cao Cao intentionally added a major obstacle. At the time of the contest, he ordered all city gates to be closed and prohibited anyone from leaving or entering. This put both Cao Pi and Cao Shu in a dilemma, unable to leave the city to complete the task. The purpose of Cao Cao's test wasn't just to assess speed or decisiveness, but also to observe how his sons would handle an unexpected situation under pressure. It was a test of character, intellect, and the ability to remain calm under stress. Cao Shu, with the help of strategist Yang Tu, chose to act hastily. They killed the gatekeeper to open the gate, disregarding the consequences. Although this action allowed Cao Shu to win the contest, it left a negative impression due to the lack of ethics and self-control. Meanwhile, Cao Pi, at another gate, was also in a state of panic and considered killing the gatekeeper to escape, just like Cao Shu. However, Sima Yi, who was Cao Pi's trusted advisor at the time, intervened in time. He told Cao Pi, "We do not compete to win or lose. We compete for what is right and wrong." Sima Yi's message was clear. Rather than blindly chasing victory, Cao Pi should act according to moral principles, maintain integrity, and not let emotions overwhelm reason. He emphasized that in critical situations, staying calm and thinking carefully was the most important thing. Following Sima Yi's advice, Cao Pi decided to sheath his sword, abandon the idea of killing the gatekeeper, and return. This action not only demonstrated self-restraint, but also showed that Cao Pi understood the importance of putting ethics above personal ambition. As a result, although Cao Shu won the contest, Cao Pi left a deep impression on Cao Cao and the other officials. Cao Pi's calmness and moral qualities, under Sima Yi's guidance, played an essential role in his later selection as crown prince and eventual succession to Cao Cao. This story is a clear demonstration of Sima Yi's ability to maintain calmness in the face of major challenges. In a tense situation when everyone else might have been swept up by emotions and acted recklessly, Sima Yi remained composed, analyzed the situation, and provided wise counsel. He understood that immediate victory was not as important as building a long-lasting reputation. His advice, "Do not compete to win or lose, only to compete for what is right," not only helped Cao Pi avoid a mistake, but also reflected Sima Yi's foresight, showing that he could see the essence of the matter and act according to moral principles. Sima Yi's quality of maintaining calmness was not limited to this story but was evident throughout his career. When facing Zhuge Liang during the northern expeditions, Sima Yi always maintained a cautious attitude, never rushing to attack or being provoked by Zhuge Liang's schemes. This composure allowed him to successfully defend Wei's territories, repelling the 6 northern expeditions and maintaining a balanced relationship with Shu Han. Even during the Ling Taoping coup, Sima Yi showed calmness by pretending to be ill, waiting for the right moment to act decisively and effectively. The lesson from Sima Yi's ability to maintain calmness holds timeless value. In today's world, we frequently face pressure, crises, or situations that demand quick decisions. Remaining calm, not letting emotions dictate our actions, and carefully considering before making a move is crucial to achieving success. Maintaining calmness is not passivity, it is self-control, the ability to view the situation comprehensively and acting correctly in pivotal moments. Moreover, Sima Yi's advice to compete for what is right and wrong, rather than competing to win or lose, reminds us that ethical values and long-term reputation are more important than immediate gains. In work, business, or relationships, acting according to principles and maintaining integrity will help build trust and respect from others. Sima Yi's quality of maintaining calmness in the face of major challenges was one of the key factors in his success during the Three Kingdoms period. Through the story of advising Cao Pi, he not only demonstrated wisdom and composure, but also left behind a valuable lesson on crisis management. Calmness, combined with great patience, helped Sima Yi overcome severe challenges and pave the way for his grand success. This quality serves as a guiding principle for anyone who wants to achieve lasting success in life. The third quality, a person with great patience, shows generosity in dealing with others. Among the four qualities that made Sima Yi famous during the Three Kingdoms period, the third quality, showing generosity in dealing with others, reflects his deep understanding and tolerance when interacting with people and situations. Sima Yi was not only a brilliant strategist with great patience, but also a man with a generous heart, who could recognize the value of his opponents and treat them with respect. This quality was clearly demonstrated in the empty city strategy in 228, when he faced off against Zhuge Liang at Xiecheng. His decision to withdraw his troops in response to Zhuge Liang's brilliant scheme not only showcased his intellect, but also his magnanimity and the mutual understanding between these two legendary strategists. In 228, Zhuge Liang launched his first northern expedition, marching his troops to Mount Qi to defeat Wei. During this campaign, he entrusted the fierce general Ma Su with guarding the crucial point of Xiecheng. However, due to a tactical mistake, Ma Su lost Xiecheng to Wei forces, putting the entire northern expedition into a difficult position. Faced with a dire situation, Zhuge Liang was forced to retreat to Shu and also organize the transport of the remaining 200,000 stone of grain at Xiecheng. At this point, Zhuge Liang's forces in Xiecheng were extremely thin, only about 2,000 infantry and 500 cavalry under the command of Guanxing. Meanwhile, Sima Yi, commanding an army of 150,000 Wei soldiers, quickly caught up with Xiecheng. With his overwhelming numerical advantage, Wei could have easily destroyed Zhuge Liang's weak forces. However, Zhuge Liang used a bold and deceptive strategy, later known as the empty city strategy. He ordered the city gates to be opened wide, had soldiers disguise themselves as commoners cleaning the streets, and personally sat on the city tower, wearing white robes and calmly playing the zither. This strange scene caused Sima Yi, an experienced general, to become suspicious. He halted his troops, listened attentively to the sound of Zhuge Liang's zither, and eventually ordered a retreat without entering the city. Sima Yi's decision to withdraw was not simply due to caution about a possible ambush. According to many historical analyses and literary depictions, Sima Yi recognized the deeper intention behind Zhuge Liang's strategy. The sound of Zhuge Liang's zither was not just a psychological tactic, but also a demonstration of his calmness and his transcendent mental state. With the city gates wide open and his demeanor relaxed, it appeared that Zhuge Liang had gambled his life on the belief that Sima Yi would not attack. This confidence left Sima Yi both astonished and respectful. Instead of exploiting the situation to eliminate his opponent, Sima Yi chose to withdraw. This action not only preserved Wei's forces, but also demonstrated his magnanimity toward Zhuge Liang. He understood that Zhuge Liang was not merely an enemy, but a rare intellectual, a like-minded soul in these chaotic times. In the television series The Advisors Alliance, the relationship between Sima Yi and Zhuge Liang is portrayed as a special bond, where the two are not just rivals on the battlefield, but also understand and respect each other. Through the music played in the open city gate, Sima Yi could sense Zhuge Liang's intentions, and he responded with tolerance instead of destruction. After Sima Yi withdrew, Zhuge Liang was said to have remarked, "Sima Yi truly understands music theory." This statement not only referred to Sima Yi's sensitivity in recognizing the strategy, but also acknowledged his generosity. If Sima Yi lacked magnanimity, he could have attacked without hesitation, but instead he chose the path of a gentleman, respecting the talents and virtues of his adversary. Sima Yi's generosity in dealing with Zhuge Liang was not limited to this event. It reflects a deep understanding of people and situations that transcends animosity. During the Three Kingdoms period, when loyalty and hatred dominated most relationships, Sima Yi stood out for his ability to see the value in both his enemies and rivals. He did not allow personal resentment or ambition to cloud his judgment, but kept an open heart, always ready to understand and respect others. This generosity was also evident in how Sima Yi treated those around him in other events. For instance, when dealing with Yang Tu, a talented strategist who often envied and tried to harm him, Sima Yi did not respond with hatred, but chose to forgive and even visited Yang Tu before he was executed. Similarly, after Zhuge Liang's death, Sima Yi used water in place of wine for a memorial, showing profound respect for the opponent he considered a great benefactor. These actions demonstrate that Sima Yi was not just a cold strategist, but also a man of great empathy and dignity. Sima Yi's generosity in dealing with others offers valuable lessons in human interaction. In modern life, when conflicts and competition are inevitable, keeping an open heart and respecting others, even your rivals, is crucial for building lasting relationships. Generosity not only helps resolve conflicts, but also earns respect and trust from those around you. Moreover, the empty city strategy reminds us of the importance of understanding others' intentions. Sima Yi did not win solely through tactics, but through his keen sensitivity to and respect for his opponent's strategy. In work, family, or society, the ability to listen and put oneself in another's shoes will help us make wiser, more humane decisions. The quality of generosity in dealing with others, as demonstrated in the empty city strategy, is one of the key factors in Sima Yi's greatness. By choosing to withdraw in response to Zhuge Liang's strategy, he not only displayed intelligence, but also revealed his generosity and profound understanding. This quality, combined with great patience, helped Sima Yi become a figure of authority who left a timeless lesson on how to treat people and situations with an open heart. The fourth quality, a person with great patience, shows generosity in adversity. Among the four qualities that made Sima Yi renowned during the Three Kingdoms period, the fourth quality, showing generosity in adversity, demonstrates his magnanimity and deep understanding when facing conflicts, resentment, and challenges. Sima Yi was not only a brilliant strategist with great patience, but also a person with a vast heart, capable of overcoming personal hatred and treating opponents and enemies with tolerance and respect. This quality is clearly evidenced through stories related to Yang Tu, Zhuge Liang, and Xie Ta, showing that he always viewed people with compassion, treating them as friends or mentors rather than enemies. Under Cao Cao, Yang Tu was a talented strategist, known for his ability to read Cao Cao's mind and his extraordinary intelligence. However, Yang Tu was also arrogant, frequently causing trouble and attempting to harm Sima Yi due to jealousy over his abilities. Throughout his career, Yang Tu repeatedly conspired to put Sima Yi in danger, even openly expressing his desire for Sima Yi to face misfortune. Faced with this hostility, Sima Yi did not respond with resentment or retaliation. Instead, he remained calm and indifferent to Yang Tu's words and actions. The pinnacle of this magnanimity occurred when Yang Tu was executed by Cao Cao for causing confusion among the troops. Before his execution, Yang Tu met with Sima Yi and admitted the difference between them. "You can endure, but I cannot." Recognizing his own failure stemmed from impatience and lack of control, Yang Tu expressed regret. Meanwhile, Sima Yi, instead of gloating, took the initiative to ask Cao Cao for permission to visit Yang Tu before his execution. When asked why, Sima Yi replied, "I have no enemies. I only see friends and mentors." This statement not only demonstrated his magnanimity, but also showed that he viewed everyone, even his enemies, as individuals who provided valuable lessons. Another example of Sima Yi's magnanimity was his treatment of Zhuge Liang after the latter's death. During a pursuit of Zhuge Liang's forces, Sima Yi was stunned by Zhuge Liang's final scheme, the wooden statues arranged as an ambush, which caused panic among the Wei forces. However, instead of becoming angry or viewing it as an insult, Sima Yi expressed deep respect. He used water instead of wine to offer a memorial for Zhuge Liang, tears flowing, and said, "He lived a life of integrity, just like this bowl of water. Though I am his enemy, I have always regarded him as a benefactor." If not reminded by his son about the presence of Wei forces behind him, Sima Yi might have even knelt down to show his sincerity. This action not only reflected his magnanimity, but also showed that Sima Yi transcended the boundaries of enmity to honor the values of his opponent. He recognized that Zhuge Liang was not merely an adversary on the battlefield, but also a respected intellectual, someone who had taught him many lessons through their tense encounters. This respect was the highest form of generosity, as Sima Yi placed humanity above conflict and war. Another story illustrating Sima Yi's magnanimity is how he treated Jie Ta, the male favorite of Cao Dui. Jie Ta, due to Cao Dui's favor, caused a great deal of trouble for Sima Yi while he served in the court. After Cao Dui's death, Jie Ta was imprisoned and faced execution. While most of the court officials turned their backs on him, Sima Yi was the only one to visit Jie Ta. He brought a set of clothes so that Jie Ta could maintain his dignity before facing death. This act came from Sima Yi's appreciation for Jie Ta's loyalty to Cao Dui, regardless of past conflicts. Before his execution, Jie Ta warned Sima Yi about Cao Sang, suggesting that his arrogance could lead to Sima Yi's future danger. In response, Sima Yi smiled and said, "I will not fight with others." This statement not only showed humility, but also revealed that he did not let resentment control him, always maintaining an open heart toward even those who were once adversaries. Sima Yi's magnanimity brings a profound lesson in dealing with others. In an era full of hatred and struggles like the Three Kingdoms, his ability to overcome resentment and treat his enemies with kindness was exceptional. His generosity not only helped resolve conflicts, but also built his reputation and earned the respect of those around him, from officials to rivals. In modern times, this lesson remains relevant. In work, family, or society, showing generosity toward those who have hurt or opposed us can open doors for reconciliation and cooperation. Furthermore, generosity helps us view people through a positive lens, seeing them as those who bring valuable lessons rather than enemies. This not only enriches our spiritual values, but also helps in building sustainable relationships. Sima Yi's generosity in adversity is one of the key elements that made him great. Through his treatment of Yangtu, Zhuge Liang, and Jie Ta, he demonstrated that a person with great patience not only knows how to restrain and wait, but also knows how to love and respect others, regardless of their position. This quality not only helped Sima Yi become a powerful figure, but also left a lasting legacy of humanity for future generations, reminding us of the power of generosity in all circumstances. Sima Yi, with his 4 qualities of great patience, calmness, magnanimity, and tolerance, is a shining example of perseverance and strategy in the turbulent Three Kingdoms period. His lessons emphasize that patience is not just about enduring, but about spiritual cultivation, helping one overcome adversity and achieve great success. His great patience teaches us to wait for the right moment, as he did when he overthrew Cao Shuang after many years of hiding. Calmness in the face of important matters reminds us to stay composed and act with proper principles in times of crisis. His magnanimity and tolerance toward rivals, such as his respect for Zhuge Liang, show that generosity can resolve hatred and build credibility. These lessons remain valuable in modern life, encouraging us to cultivate patience, control emotions, and treat others with kindness to achieve our goals and build lasting relationships. Dear friends, if you enjoy the story of Sima Yi and the lessons from the Three Kingdoms, please like, share the video, and subscribe to our channel to receive more engaging content about history and life philosophy. Your support is our motivation to bring you more meaningful insights. Thank you sincerely, and I wish you and your family happiness and peace. See you in the next videos.